side, the eastern side of Buffelshoek Dam, where we've seen the Majingis on a buff kill, and I think we also had two of the Matimbas on a buffalo kill there recently. So we're going to go up that way, we're going to look for them. I know some of the guys are out already from the lodges, and we're going to go and have a look, see if we can find those. I was going to look for elephant this afternoon because we found some elephant, but it seems they found us. I did. Yes. I can't talk to you now. I just realized I can't talk to you, Sebastian. Seb, can you copy me if I talk to you just through the microphone? Dude. Afternoon stations. So they didn't get any of our opening. No, they've got our picture in FC, but the stream stopped, so it wasn't broadcasting. Let's just go back to FC quickly. Okay, well, we're back, everybody. Welcome back. Has to be a glitch or two. We get it over and done with now before we get going. Then everything's fine. And well, all our ellies are moved off, So hopefully we all caught the beginning, and the ellies, they all just in front of Graham's old house now. We'll get them eventually. They seem to be moving up. They'll eventually get up to Gallagher Shortcut and maybe open area. And for now though, we're not going to be able to see them. Maybe we come back in half an hour and find them closer to the road. Becky, check the tires on that side for me, please. That front, is it okay? Will have to do.
Probably about 20 minutes on the road. You want to work. Yes, okay, thank you.
I saw a baboon a minute ago. Hello, guinea fowl. So welcome back to Juma. And a lot of you probably missed the morning drive because you were all asleep. There was one of the Gari gang here. Oh, there he is. He or she. Oh, and Data. Alright, well they're getting shot. Let's move on. What's that cable called?
SDI.
No.
This one, is it SDI?
Is it SDI?
This one's HDMI.
Yeah, no, but it's called something else.
Oh, I see. I don't know. They'll know
It's
which
called
one.
I'll think of it. Hello, giraffe.
for his nesting there. Okay, thank you. Enjoy.
Anyone's interested there? Anyone's interested, let me. She's seeing something or heard something. Can't be too important. They'll actually also comb fur out of the animals and use them as nest linings. But a very interesting relationship that they have with animals, because they also act as an early warning system for animals. They're very sensitive birds, and they screech in alarm. Sometimes when animals are resting up and they're not very vigilant, the oxpeckers that happen to be in their company will find or sense danger before the animals. And the animals will become aware of danger more from the oxpeckers and finding it themselves sometimes. Some are females, but tracks in the road of a big male, so I'm sure there's some more giraffe around. They don't necessarily all stick together all the time. They can sometimes be some distance apart but still be together. BNC table. You know the BNC table? Sorry, Seb, not getting you at all. dams is looking pretty good. Still a fair amount of water for this time of the year. Pair of Egyptian geese, some doves. There's a squirrel. Other than that, not much. Mark, you go.
Yeah, Marc, can you show your badge? Marc, with the plane, put your channel number 1.
It's like he's undecided, he doesn't know what to do. Seb, I'm on channel 1.
Go for.
Copied on 4. Okay, let's move on. Bye-bye, Hippo. And a lone goose. I wonder where its mate is. Seem to have a problem with radios, which means that questions aren't going to be possible, which make for a little bit of a quiet drive this afternoon. And there's our sausage tree. We were talking about the sausage tree this morning. Somebody wanted us to check on it. I think it was Big John was asking if there are more fruits, but no, the fruits aren't going to be around for some time yet. I'm hoping to see the flower buds starting to come soon, but it's still got its leaves. It's got to lose its leaves first. Bye-bye, zebra. Unusual to have them in this kind of terrain, but I suppose not so unusual if they're moving. They're going from one place to another, but it is rather dense, the vegetation for zebra to be in. A little steenbok, one of our smallest of antelope. You're going to stay there for me, little girl. I hardly see her above the grasses. Can you see her, Becky? Oops.
No.
No. As soon as we stop and look, they run away. found any, aren't any flowers out there at the moment. But you know, this beautiful colour of the bougainvillea isn't actually the flower. It's not the petal. I don't even know what part of the plant it is, because there are the flowers. And those little yellow, those are the petals of the flowers. These are, it's like the calyx of the flower that has this colour. But for some reason somebody picked bougainvillea at the lodge and left it in the spike thorn. I could be a cheerleader. Rah rah rah. Ella. Okay, Marc. Stick to your day job. For the ladies.
I need to find a box.
Yes, I got you, Seb. Loud and clear. Right, so we got questions, we got lots of questions, and it seems that everything's back on track in final control. Good, we can talk to each other. Shoot, let's... Hello, Pete. Asking Pete who? Smiley. I used to know Peter Smiley. Oh, Melly. Hello, Pete Melly. Isn't that an Irish name? Melly? Or is it O'Malley? That's Irish. Pete wanted to know how the hyena cubs are doing, because they haven't seen them. He hasn't seen them since before the end of Safari TV, end of drives. For Safari TV, the end of the previous era, and wants to know they're big enough now to come out of the den and go with, I don't know. I know as much as you do, Pete Melly. Last time I saw them was the last time you saw them. It was the last time we all saw them. Tomorrow maybe we'll go to the hyena den. Today, our mission, maybe we'll get time today. Today we're on Gallagher shortcut. Thought we'd find those elephants, but maybe they're still in front of FC. You know, they've been in front of camp the whole day, so I doubt whether they've even moved that far. So they're probably still in front of Graham's house. Staff house. What should we call it? The staff house. You notice they've got very, very short little legs. I love those frogs. They're really little chubby frogs. They're like the hippos of the frog world. And these big fat... Oh, look, there's a chagra underneath it. Look. Now the chagra's come... That's so funny. There's a chagra come to have a look. Focus there. Now the rain frog is actually... Oh, thanks, Rose. Ellies are at the dam now. Alright, well we can go round there. That's quite comical, this chagra watching the hornbill eat this frog. And the frog secretes a protective substance, especially in this weather, in this climate, this time of the year, to retain moisture. And this is a frog that actually doesn't do much near water at all. They live in this kind of what we call sandveld, and they live in the sand. They live underground most of the dry season. They come out only in rains. They've got those short stubby legs, so they can't hop. They just sort of have this slow gait, this slow sort of awkward walk. And I say that's a female because of the size. Now the male is a much smaller frog, and because his legs are so short, when it comes to mating, he actually can't hold on to the female. And they use it's almost like a super glue, except it's not so super. But it is. It's a glue. It's a sticky substance that he actually gets stuck to her back during mating. Otherwise, he'd just fall off every time she moved. Let's see if this hornbill is actually going to be able to swallow this frog. It's trying to rub off a lot of that sticky substance that is secreted by her skin. poor child. She would have come out because of the rain. Maybe the cold weather slowed her down. You're not a very nice hornbill, are you? Well, no, can't judge a hornbill. No, hornbill's just doing what hornbills do. I want to see you swallow that frog, hornbill, because I think you've bitten off more than you can chew. Or you haven't bitten anything off yet. And your eyes are too big for your stomach. I think that frog's too big for your stomach. I mean, that's like us eating a whole chicken. For one of us. Bones and all. Because it's just going to try and swallow the whole thing. I wonder if hornbills ever get a gag reflex. Guess we're about to find out. Sorry, Seb, really hard to hear you. I only heard something about hippos in the water. Johan, hello. Question that came through anyway with the hippo wanting to know if hippos give birth underwater or on land. They mostly give birth underwater, in the water, not necessarily under, but yes, I guess if they're in the water then it happens underneath the water. I don't know of any hippos that have given birth on land. Might have happened. Hippo goes into labour while she's out feeding who knows. But yes, I think most hippo births occur in the water. Okay, I thought cats played with their food, but this is getting a bit ridiculous. Frog must have a lot of the secretion that the hornbill's trying to get off. Otherwise we'll come past here in a day or two and we'll see this frog stuck to its beak. Trying to swallow it now. No, can't get it down. The frog's clearly dead by now. What a way to go. I think what she's trying to do is probably dismember it by shaking it. Okay, let's see. You're going to swallow it now. Trying to get it head first. The one thing about hornbills, and I've noticed the hornbills that feed around our kitchen, feed around us when we're feeding, and when you see them feeding on small things like termites, how incredibly what's the word I'm looking for? Agile, no. Dexterous, no. That that beak is just they're just so accurate with it. The way they can juggle their food. Yeah, most of their food they've got to pick up, even if it's small seed or whatever it is. They've got to get it to the back of the beak, to get it to the mouth. They've got to sort of toss it and then catch it again. But they've got to toss it in a way that it gets tossed back towards the back of the throat. Gee, all I got there was Elaine. Seb, in that radio is really weird. The hissing, I'm going to have to talk to Seb, folks. The only way for me to talk to Seb is through the microphone rather than through a radio, so please bear with me on this. But Seb, if you can hear me, the hissing on the radio is louder than your voice, so it's drowning out your voice, the static on the radio. Question from Massachusetts. The rarest animal I've seen, would that be on drive or in general? I'm trying to think. The rarest animal I have seen on drive here at Djuma would be we saw a rufous-beaked snake once. Then again, is it that I've seen or that we as a camera has seen as a drive? I mean, the rarest animal here that we've caught on camera has probably been the brown hyena. I think we could wait here hours before this hornbill's going to swallow that frog. Rarest animal I have seen. It's I guess it's a toss up between a pangolin and a striped hyena. No, I've seen Zanj elephant shrew, but then again, you see, that's not here at Djuma. That's in other parts of Africa. Rarest animal I've seen here at Djuma, probably. Right, that frog's starting to look a bit messy. And get very bloody, the branch where it's wiping it. Okay, she's trying a different tactic. We'll move on. Leave her to devour her frog. It'll be enough for her to eat for a week.